For quite a while now, I've been talking about Donald Trump and this strategy to, one, ignore reality, but also to keep claiming that he's going to win states that there's no way he's going to win. I mean, he's been talking about if Jesus were to come down, this is Donald Trump talking to Jesus on the phone. If Jesus were to come down and count the ballots in California, Trump would win California. So he's either saying that Jesus himself is a lying cheat, or that he believes that there's so much fraud that he wins California, you know, the same state with Los Angeles and San Francisco. And, you know, obviously there's some MAGA pukes in California. It's a varied, wide-ranging state politically, geographically, economically. But the overwhelming reality on the ground is that California is a liberal state. And the same applies for New York, which is where this all plays in. Either Donald Trump is convincing himself, boosting himself up, ramping himself up, revving his engines about winning the election, and he's convincing himself that because people show up at a rally, that translates to votes and just general enthusiasm across the state, or he's trying to convince the MAGA audience that that's the case, so that when he loses, he can say, remember when I told you I knew we were going to win New York? What happened? It must be fraud. Same thing with California. Same thing with Georgia. Same thing with Pennsylvania. Same thing with Michigan, Wisconsin. Same thing with Arizona and Nevada. This is what he does. He sets it up like it's going to be a win. It's a sure thing. How many times have you heard him say, they told me if I got 63 million votes, I would win? Never says who they are, what exactly the hell that means when an election is based on who gets the most votes, not you have to reach this certain number. The popular vote isn't like the Electoral College where 270 is the benchmark. Anyway, so I want to explain to you just how batshit this is, because he's also applying no effort. They're spending little to no money in these states that he says he's going to crush in. And here's his get out the vote strategy at a rally in New York yesterday that was well attended. I mean, people were leaving in the middle of the rally as he rambled like he does. But this is the get out the vote strategy from Donald Trump. And I want you to just ask yourself, is that a winner? Is that a surefire method? Could this go wrong for him? Is it possible he could lose with this get out the vote strategy?
We can do all of this and more, but patriotic New Yorkers must get your asses out to vote. Gotta get up. Gotta get up. Harry, get up, Harry. Harry, get your fat ass out of the couch. You're gonna vote for Trump today, Harry. Get up, Harry. Come on, let's go. Let's go, Harry.
Get your fat ass out of bed, Harry. We're going voting. That's it. Interestingly enough, this is where he says in the rally that he's going to win New York. He must have come to that realization while looking out at the sea of sweaty, MAGA-faced goons in the audience.
And the reason I'm here is because hasn't been done in many decades. It hasn't been done for a long time, but we are going to win New York.
And look, you might say to yourself, well, that's just kind of alarmist. You're just kind of putting words in his mouth, not words in his mouth, but ideas and themes and concepts in his mouth about what he means by that. And you know, you'd be right if that was all I was going to show you. But I woke up today to an email from the Trump campaign. Get my glasses out here because I just printed an email. It says, friend, it's President Trump. I really do love you. Well, thank you, Donald. So you're the one. I know I just won the election. I've never felt love like that New York rally. Thank you. Together, I know victory is certain because of you. So he's claiming here in an email that he's broadcasting to the base that he knows he's going to win. This verges on dangerous because of the results we've seen in the past from Donald Trump, him dispatching armed mobs to try to overthrow the United States government, to try to keep him in office extra constitutionally, extra democratically. And it's getting more and more unhinged. I don't know if it's because of his cognitive position, the things that he forgets, the things that he doesn't know, the things that he'll never know, which could fill volumes of encyclopedias. And there's evidence of this by yesterday when he is at the same rally saying that Kamala Harris is the most liberal senator in the chamber, more liberal than Bernie Sanders, when Kamala Harris is the vice president of the United States of America. Kamala Harris is no longer a sitting United States senator. She is indeed the president of the Senate constitutionally, but she's not a member of the Senate.
Let me also deliver a message straight to Kamala Harris. Have you heard of her? Who, by the way, was just rated by far the most liberal senator in the U.S. Senate, more so even further left than Bernie Sanders and Pocahontas.
So things are just falling apart for Donald Trump. The campaign, the polls, he's living in a fantasy land, and he's dragging MAGA world with him. He's dragging the MAGA faithful, the members of the cult, the people who could watch him shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and go nowhere. And it spells bad things for the country. Because obviously, even dum-dums learn from their mistakes, and the people who tried to insurrect the Capitol, who tried to overthrow the United States government in a failed coup attempt, some of whom have been charged with seditious conspiracy, they'll learn from their previous mistakes. They will adjust their methods and their techniques and their tactics. And maybe they'll be more successful next time. Maybe they'll be point blank successful next time. That's what he wants, because he knows he's not going to win electorally. They need other methods. Anyway, what do you think? I would love to know. You can call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. You can email me, as always, daily@dollemore.com. You can also comment below. That is great. I would ask that you consider supporting this work, helping me produce these videos. Click the join button below, become a channel member for $1.99 a month. Go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. That's just like channel memberships. It's just over on Patreon. And if you're already on social media, you can follow me. I'm at Dollemore just about everywhere. I'd love to see you there. Be genuine. Take care of one another.